Welcome in to Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. Coming to you live from Skyridge High School. We got a Region 4 special as the Westlake Thunder prepare to take on the Skyridge Falcons. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Pleased to be joined by Coach Amy DeRay of the Lehigh Pioneers. And Coach, these are two teams that have had really good years, have put up great fights against some of the top teams in the classification, and a big late region matchup here tonight with serious RPI implications on tap.
Top 10 RPI matchup, back half of region play, kind of revenge game for Westlake here. Both schools, both programs historically have been really, really successful. Nothing's different this year. The fun one about this one is kind of where the big names come on each side of the floor. Westlake, we have Tessa Cheney on the inside. We have a super great shooter in Jill Lundgren, 6'3", can stretch it, can play inside. And then as far as Skyridge goes, they have one of the most dynamic guard fronts in the entire state of Utah. So it'll just kind of be that tug of war, who done it better tonight.
You talk about a revenge matchup. Westlake, look, they were flying high. The Thunder were clicking on all cylinders. First meeting against Skyridge, it was a second half that Skyridge took it to them, especially in the fourth, took care of business, got the win, 50, I don't have it on my paper. Anyway, they got the win, Skyridge did, 52-45. That was the final. It was an 8-point advantage in the fourth for the Falcons. And for Westlake, they lost to Lone Peak. This has been a team that you talk about some of the players on it. I'll tell you another player to watch for. How about Kaylee Hedrick? She's been a really good scorer for them this year, does a lot of good things defensively as well for the Thunder. If they want to get revenge tonight, what do you think Westlake has to do against this Skyridge lineup?
So what if I told you that Westlake in game one shot from the floor 20% higher than Skyridge did? They out-rebounded Skyridge by 7 and still lost the game.
That's unreal.
They had 23 turnovers that game.
Wow.
And this is a squad that averages 13, I think, just over 13. So sometimes basketball is pretty simple. Sometimes math wins. And for Westlake tonight, they need math to win. They need more possessions. They're really, really efficient when they have clean possession. And for them tonight, they just got to take a little bit better care of the basketball.
You know, you look at that first matchup for Skyridge. I mean, look, they played a fantastic game. Blackham had 20. Gottberg had 13. Toole hit 4 threes. Everything worked for Skyridge in that game. What does Skyridge have to do tonight if they want to sweep the Thunder on the season?
Skyridge is known to just be really pesky and stingy defensively. They trap really well. They fly up and down the floor. Coach Nielsen does a really good job at mixing up what type of pressure she shows teams. And for them, it's just be more active in passing lanes. And when they're successful at that, this team can fly.
First possession, Westlake had the miss. That's a nice cut. Defended well by Cheney. And you talked about her in the open. I've been so impressed with Tessa Cheney this year for Westlake.
She's so good. Just you watch right now, she's posting up. She's not afraid to be really physical down there, right? She's attacking right there immediately off the bat, crashing the glass. Gottberg, I think, can handle it. I've watched her play a little bit this year. That will be a really headlining matchup right now.
A missed shot and out off of Westlake, so Skyridge will come down. This is Tegan Gray, familiar name here for the Skyridge faithful. Blackham plays that over with Perkins. Close out there by Lundgren.
Another key to this one, I think, is players like Perkins. She's one of my favorite players in the state of Utah that's probably not very many people have heard about. Good length, she's aggressive, she's gritty. She's kind of one of those X-Factor kids for me, to where she just makes things happen quietly.
Skyridge trying to push that defense up near midcourt, and that one intercepted by Gray. Tegan looking to drive in the paint, and the foul called here. Love the aggressiveness there by Tegan.
Love the aggressiveness to the rim. Love the aggressiveness of the trap in the corner. Immediate turnover.
It's one of the things when you look at this Westlake team, that first matchup just scoring 45. That's well below their average, and the Skyridge defense was locked in that night, particularly late. You talk about forcing the turnovers, and we've seen some good stops here early from the Falcons, including that last steal.
How about Westlake's defensive point per game number?
It's impressive.
It's ridiculous. 33. They give up 33 points per game.
Yeah, you're going to win a lot when you play that kind of defense. Lane violation here and a 1-0 matchup.
Looking at a bit of a 1-2-2 press coming up for that time. Dropping back.
Good ball movement to the near side. That three off the front of the rim, and it's Gray pushing it up here with Toole.
Toole's another kid. You get her going.
Yep.
She hit 3 threes, I think, round one.
I think it was 4. And they were all very timely, big back-breaking moments for Skyridge whenever Toole would hit those threes. It was really impressive, and you're right. She's kind of one of, in my opinion, one of those kind of undersold players. But when she gets going, this team is really tough. How about that play inside? Great job by Gottberg.
Good job by Gottberg. Good job by Perkins. That's what round one, the matchup was so tough for Cheney inside because they pinched the post really, really well. She didn't get a ton of clean looks at it.
Cheney had a big game against Lone Peak. That was a 3-point loss for Westlake in that battle. But she can be a matchup problem. It is where I think Skyridge matches up really well because they've got a player in Gottberg that can go at Tessa.
Big length in Gottberg and really, really quick activity from the guards surrounding it. That's tough.
Free throws here for Skyridge. The first good for Blackham. She's got one more. How about 4-0? And talking about that Westlake defense, Skyridge still pitching the shutout here early on.
So far, pressure still rattling Westlake, just like game one.
We want to remind you the clock you see on your screen, that's unofficial. We do our best to keep that synchronized. You might see us start it late, start it early. That's to true it up, but unofficial clock. They work to the corner again. Skyridge bringing that pressure, as you talked about, Coach. 3 on the way. That rattles out. Offensive board from Cheney, and that's what she does so well. Feels like she is just a beast on the glass.
Ball goes up, she chases. She's not retreating, she's fighting.
Inside, knocked away, and couldn't be kept in. It's gonna go to Westlake.
How much do you think Skyridge conditions every day at practice? Just watching them run, and it's making me tired.
Here's the thing: if I were a coach, I'm not. This is free coaching advice for you, Coach.
Okay, got it.
Look, I got a favorite quote: "The legs feed the wolves." I would run my team. I would not want to play for me. We'll just put it that way.
Got it. I wouldn't want to play for you either.
Hymas works through Gray near side.
The fascinating thing about Skyridge basketball to me right now is they pressure so much defensively, which typically translates to a really fast style of play. But in the half court, they're really disciplined, and they get a lot of ball reversals. They wait for their actions to set. They don't take a ton of just forced looks. They kind of have the best of both worlds in the way that they play their style.
And even there, I mean, Gray, Skyridge loses possession. Westlake has it. She doesn't just concede, right? She's still putting pressure on the ball, able to win it back, and it's rewarded with a trip to the line here.
Effort, kids.
2 free throws coming up here for Perkins. And I'll tell you, this start for Westlake, or for Skyridge, if you're a Falcon fan, you got to love what you're seeing here early.
Round one, I think Skyridge went 17 of 20 from the free throw line. So look to kind of see that be a piece that either helps them or hurts them, depending on if they can continue that kind of success from the stripe.
There's a follow on social media that says free throws are free, and that can be such a critical piece. Is that one through the fingertips?
Well, to Kaylee Woolston they are. To the rest of us, we kind of have to work a little bit harder.
Hey, now that's not true. She's missed 3 this year, so come on,
Kaylee.
Coach. I'm just teasing. She's 94%,
Ridiculous.
below her percent from last year.
It's ridiculous.
Unreal. Here's Hymas working near side with Sika, Bella. Tough drive, too strong on that. But there's an offensive board and a whistle here. Foul going to be called on Westlake, and that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Thunder.
Too many offensive boards coming from that weak side glass right now if you're Westlake. I tell you what, Bella Sika is going to be a problem in the state of Utah coming up. She is a phenomenally skilled freshman.
That was a nice take there by Toole, pushing the lead to 6 as Westlake trying to deal with the pressure. That is Lundgren. That shot off the front of the rim, and still just struggling to find the bottom of the net here are the Thunder. Is that out of play? Will stay here. Coach, in these kind of moments, how do you help your offense kind of find its rhythm? Because they've had good looks.
Right. They seem like they're maybe playing a little quick. If it's me, I'm probably just calling a set that I think has decent success. However, Skyridge is in this just really tight, pressured, trapping zone, and those are really hard to kind of get your feet underneath of you.
Hymas hitting the brakes, tried to outlet it. Lundgren in the right spot, able to steal it away.
So Westlake has no issue getting the ball to the corners right now, but getting paint touches have been the problem.
A foul call here in our half court from that Skyridge pressure. Going to be given to Hymas, her first. Coach, how do you break pressure like Skyridge is bringing?
Short on the floor, I think. Posts are really accustomed to playing in spots, and when Skyridge stretches this much, they have to play in gaps a little bit more initially, right? So we might have to see Cheney pop out of the key a little bit, maybe play above the nail, and just kind of shrink these passing lanes more than what they are.
Got a timeout taken here by Westlake. It's getting a little feisty early here. 2:44 to go. 8-2 the Skyridge lead. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back to Skyridge High School. Falcons holding the lead, Westlake basketball. Coach O'Connor calling the timeout, trying to get his team settled in here. Dane Stewart, Coach Amy Duray. There's a drive here in the lane off the target, and then secured by Skyridge. Once again, Gottberg inside.
That was a significantly better possession, though. We had a really hard downhill attack, which led to a opportunity for offensive rebound. They haven't had many of those looks.
Offensive foul, the call there. It'll go to Westlake. That was away from the basketball. Called on Gottberg. It'll be her first. Aaliyah Afele coming on here for the Thunder. Westlake handling that pressure much better until the deflection by Toole. There is Shea. She pulls it back for three. She knew that was off immediately, trying to get back and help out the defense, and now Afele needs some help.
Close to 10 here. Barely
Bad
squeaks
spot.
past the timeline. Love
Stolen
it.
away.
Oh, I love it.
There's Blackham. Extra pass in the corner. Love the headiness there by Toole. No reason to force it. You've had good looks offensively. Get in your offense and I'm trying to push this lead even further. Tough drive.
Bella Sika and 1.
Coach, you said she was going to be a problem. That's an impressive take there from Bella.
Well, it's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Just you don't see a ton of ninth graders really looking to be aggressive against senior 6'3" D1 signees.
Long on the free throw. Rebound track down.
Another offensive rebound.
They're just quicker to the ball right now. Rebounding is about desire, right? You can see that for Skyridge here early.
Listen, the student section is decked out right now in, what is this theme? I see jerseys, I see superheroes,
It's retro night.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's retro night. In fact,
can't disappoint in retro night.
And you gotta love the buy-in from the staff. We got an old school McDonald's jersey on the Skyridge bench. So,
Speaking of McDonald's, shout out to Mia Gardner, McDonald's All-American, second ever on the girls' side in the state of Utah.
yeah, it's crazy to think she's finally a senior, and yet it's gone by so quickly. You know what I mean?
Right? It's like she's 18, but are you, or are you 26?
Right.
Because we've been watching you play for a really long time.
Yeah. Of course, we'll get into that because Fremont, look, a fantastic year. Lone Peak, #1 in the RPI. Coach, I know you probably have an opinion, but we're going to hold that for just a little bit.
I always have an opinion. It's never wrong either.
Never. That's why you're a return guest on Game Night Live Rewind. So, driving. Oh, Blackham.
Oh, Blackham.
Shifty move all the way to the rim. It's a 10-point lead here in the first for Skyridge.
Cambry Blackham has this little drop split step hezzy that is absolutely filthy.
That one given up by Cheney. Good defense by Skyridge again in the right spot. Kicked out 3. Just missed. That looked good from Toole. A foul there. Be Westlake basketball.
You know, it's quick in the possession, but I like that shot by Toole. Kind of when stuff's rolling, just be confident and own it.
Yeah.
Skyridge is rolling right now. It's open. It's a good push. They're looking to obviously get Westlake kind of out of their tempo a little bit. And that's one, as a coach, you just keep saying, hey, that's a great shot. Shoot it again. That one's good.
Westlake will have a look. No, they won't. Toole steals it away, but won't get a shot off. 12-2. What a start from Skyridge. They lead Westlake in this Region 4 battle. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann Associates and brought to you by the Riley Jensen Mental Performance Group. Welcome back. Skyridge High School 12-2, the Falcon lead after 1. Dane Stewart, Amy DeRay, coach with the Lehigh Pioneers. Coach, what did you see in that first quarter, and what do you expect to see different or the same maybe here in the second?
If you're Skyridge, you're hoping the same is that they just dial up that defensive pressure and just keep it rolling. With Westlake, I worked with the coach, and Cambry Blackham. Speaking of problems, she is so good. So I worked with the coach, see where the ball is there on the sideline. He called the 3 feet around all sidelines against pressure the manure strip. And it was keep the ball out of the manure strip, and if you don't, it's just kind of a stinky outcome.
Yeah.
Right now they're in manure strip territory, and there's not enough ball in the middle of the floor, and they're just getting trapped all over the place.
That's a good take. Look, part of why I have people join us is so I can steal stuff. I'm not that smart.
I'm not
either.
either.
It's a good take. When you think about in the corners at half court, that has been the food for this Skyridge pressure, right? That they've just been eating all of this.
It's just the easiest place on the floor to double team. Trapping in the middle. Oh.
Blackham.
How about a guard with some post footwork?
A couple drives now in this second quarter for Blackham. One out of the rim. That one, she's putting defense on skates. And right now, Westlake, boy, the offense needing to find rhythm. Lundgren knew that was off, and the rebound by Toole.
You like that possession if you're Westlake, though.
Best shooter
Lundgren,
and open
best
look.
shooter on the floor, wide open look. You'll take that one.
Here's Perkins. The Skyridge team came into the game tonight tied with Westlake, both at 3-2 in region play. 2 games behind first place Lone Peak. If they want any shot at a region championship, this is a must win for each side. There's a drive there by Gray. Scurried off the rim. Lundgren again for 3. That one off target.
Gray getting downhill off that pick and roll there. Didn't go, but you like it. That's what's so hard about all these Skyridge guards is you had Blackham get downhill 3 times in a row. You kind of contain her, get ball out of her hands, then all of a sudden Gray's getting downhill. And there we go with Perkins getting at the rim. Like, they all can just play at the rim really well.
If you're Westlake, do you consider switching it up? Because it feels like right now Skyridge is pulling everybody out and it leaves that paint wide open for the drive.
100%, right? It's kind of scary against a team like Skyridge to consider going zone because they can light you up from behind the arc. But I would anticipate a change soon.
This is Blackham. Good help there defensively from Torkanu. Another drive, help coming over, and enough to disrupt the shot there from Gray.
So when you teach help side, you try and get kids to help outside the paint. That one she helped outside the paint, disrupted the shot just enough versus they're standing under the rim and it doesn't matter at that point.
On the run, Bella wouldn't go for her, and a rebound by Lundgren. There's Saval for Westlake, 18-4. Drive all the way off the glass, won't go. Offensive board, that does. Count the bucket good, and the foul. It was one of the things that the last possession, another open corner 3 was missed. I thought, man, do you try to get to the rim a little bit more? Maybe use that pump fake and have some lanes to get there. And that time, I just love the torque. This is done. I'm getting to the, we're getting to the rim.
You know, the 3 ball is a great equalizer in this game, even better, and ones. Momentum changers.
And it feels like the tough thing is the 3 ball is the great equalizer. It's also the great disadvantage, right? Because if you're trying to equalize and you miss 3 or 4, well, now you're down double figures as opposed to being in it. And so that goes both ways in my mind.
For sure, and when you're missing, that typically means rebounds are going long, and that also is scary against Skyridge getting up the floor.
Here's, boy, wanted a travel call there on Sika. That ball lost out, and it's going to stay here. It's Cheney coming back on the floor. Gottberg left that short.
Gottberg has a really nice drop step. She's one of the better back-to-the-basket post players I've seen this year with that
Got to
footwork.
get this across. I start getting nervous, Coach. I mean, this pressure is just slowing Westlake down so much.
Yeah, that's why I don't want you to be my coach. Cool as a cucumber, Dane.
Yeah. Lundberg misses another look from beyond the arc, and the rebound cleared by Skyridge.
Okay, so it looked maybe zone, but now they match back up. So defensive change up here.
Yeah. And you see Blackham there looking back, getting the play from Coach Nielsen. Arnell looking inside. Gottberg in with traffic. That shot won't go. Rebounded by Hedrick.
That's a clean enough defensive possession that if I'm Coach O'Connor, I'm saying, yup, we're zoning. Let's go.
That was deflected out. Substitutions here for Skyridge. Gray and Toole both coming back on the floor. Just inside of 3 minutes left here in the first half. And get that back to Saval. That three off the back of the rim and cleared by Skyridge.
Yeah, I agree with your earlier point, though. I don't have the official numbers, but I would assume that more 3 attempts have been taken for Westlake than 2s, not just 2s in the paint. And that has to kind of swap sides here a little bit.
You know, and boy, long three here.
But I kind of thought that ball was going in.
I did too. I was like, that's going to go.
Doesn't even matter. I've seen her shoot enough of those where, yeah, sure,
go
in.
It's the frustrating thing if you're Westlake, because coming into the game tonight, according to stats reported, 33% from beyond the arc. So they shoot at a pretty good clip.
In the high school girls game, that is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good percentage.
And so it's just one where, as tough as it is right now, at some point, I mean, you said math wins, right? I mean, they got to start to fall, don't they? Drive here, that deflected out.
At least that's what my 11th grade calculus teacher told me, so.
Well, if it's calculus, you can't pay attention to what they say.
I'm lying. I wasn't smart enough for calculus. It was pre-calc.
Oh, I'll tell you. Calculus, that's an experience. Free throws here for Hedrick. Good on the first. And as tough as a scoring first half it's been, they've only given up 6 points to Skyridge here in the second. You can take something from that, right? Defense showing kind of more true to form for Westlake.
Yeah, you just kind of hope that offensively you become less rattled. Game 1, it was turnovers was the issue. They shot better from the floor. They out-rebounded. This one, it's just can they handle the pressure. If I'm coaches on Westlake's bench, I'm talking to Kaylee, let's go, get downhill. You just saw her hit a couple free throws. She's such a big piece to this offense, and I expect to see her kind of light it up here a little bit coming up.
Looked like a little bit of a 1-3-1 here, Coach. That lost out. It kind of looked like a hybrid 2-3-1-3-1, and I couldn't tell if it was just players trying to get to spots and was hard to kind of diagnose it a little bit.
Whatever it was, it worked.
It worked. That one deflected out. Stay with the Thunder. Saval back over with Hedrick. She's trying to cut through, and a foul called there on Skyridge.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Kaylee attacking the paint.
I think Westlake had the first 4 fouls of the contest, and now that's the 7th team foul on Skyridge. So 1-and-1 free throws here for Kaylee.
You know what else is the great equalizer? Free throws.
There are a lot of games that are lost at the free throw line.
Just settles you down. It's the old adage, see the ball go through, whether it's Kaylee shooting it or not. Your team's watching the ball go through, and it just can be a relaxer.
And hey, it's down to single digits. It's been a lot of work for Westlake to get here, but they've got here, and the defense started to get some stops, see if they can close it out here on this possession with another.
So here's the question. Dusty's not here, so I'll do this job for him.
All right.
No shot clock. Unofficial Coach Dane, are you trying to get a 90-second possession here?
No, I run my offense.
There we go.
Yeah. Dusty and I see that very similarly. So up top, worked over with Gray, now Blackham.
You see that similarly. However, I think you see that slightly opposite from most coaches in the game right now.
And
Westlake's going on a little run.
Yeah.
Skyridge can take this 8-point, 10-point, 11-point lead and just not make this a 5-point game going into halftime. Oh, psych.
Long three, back of the rim, rebounded there by Chloe Jensen. Saval coming up the floor. There's that trap inside. Cheney has help, no foul on the play.
So now let's say Cheney hits these two, and it's a 6-point game. Now it's 43 seconds
Yeah.
left. Coach Dane Stewart, are you going one possession here, or are you still looking to attack?
I run my offense. Here's my thing. I do believe in the law of averages. I think things work themselves out over the course of a game, over the course of a season. my season is not going to be ruined losing to Westlake, right? Like, there's still the state tournament.
Right, yeah.
I still have other region games. For me, I'm still working on, all right, they're throwing a zone against us, and we're struggling to execute. So I want to run it. I want to execute again. I want my team to experience that, to learn against it, because in the state tournament, that's when the buck stops, right? So for me, I'm still running.
That is true. In the state tournament, it is typically the offense that struggles much more than the defense.
It's down to 6. It's an 8-0 run here from Westlake as we're down to 30 seconds left.
See, look at Coach O'Connor over there. That's why he's the coach right now. Cool as a cucumber, like I said. He knows.
He's gone from sitting down to standing up. So I don't know about cool as a coach, but he's, he's handling the moment. That 3 missed, rebounded by Westlake. They can get it to 1 possession. Here comes Saval.
Under 10.
3 on the way. Try to go bank from a tough angle as call here. There is time on the clock. We were late on that. 2.5 seconds left. It'll be Westlake basketball.
This should be a lob to Tessa and just bully ball right here. Try and get to the free throw line.
They'll throw in. Jensen, a long 3. All rattled out. Taya, great start for Skyridge. A good comeback by Westlake. We got ourselves a basketball game. 18-12. Skyridge leading Westlake at the half. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back. Start of the second half. Game Night Live Rewind is brought to you by Heidemann & Associates. If you have any legal needs, business, personal, no one better to take care of you than Heidemann & Associates. For a free consultation, call 801-754-4240. Dean Stewart, Amy Dre with you here tonight. Skyridge leading Westlake 18-12 at the break. And look, this was 18-4. It was all Skyridge. Westlake moves to that zone. We talked about, Coach, whether they would do that or not. It paid dividends the back half of that second quarter.
Yeah, for sure. And at halftime, I'm sure the conversation was, look, we were not that sharp. We were not that good. We know we can play better basketball than that, and we are down 2 possessions. Like, it was kind of the best possible ending of that second quarter for Westlake to come into this third quarter with a little bit of confidence.
So given what you've seen from Westlake, this zone defense, they come out in it again here to start the second half. We figured they would. How do you attack this if you're Skyridge?
Skyridge just can't be afraid to continue to be aggressive off the bounce. So now we're just camping out Cheney, right, in the help. Love it, right? That possession I love of Cambry Blackham just being really assertive. And they have to maintain that mindset, which is difficult to do when you have 6-footers north of 6 foot down there.
Yeah.
But that's for them to continue to get the success that they like. That has to be what they keep doing.
It's turned over by Westlake on the run, and that has been the story of game one. Coach, you talked about that, 23 turnovers in the first, and we've seen an above-average number of turnovers in the first half from Westlake as well. Skyridge back with the possession here. I don't know they've scored against this zone. There it is, first time, and good execution there to get it inside with Gottberg.
Good patience on the perimeter, let that backside cut develop.
Nearly stolen away, but kept here by the Thunder. Long 3 from Saval off the front of the rim. Offensive board, Hedrick off the glass.
Hedrick's poised and savvy. She's done this so many times. Again, I think she's really the piece right now.
I don't mean to be, negative Neil or whatever. I think that's the first back-to-back on opposite ends of the floor buckets we've had. Because remember, Skyridge got off to that big lead and long scoring drought, and then the run by Westlake.
The basketball gods are smiling upon us right now.
It's been kind of an uncustomary game here tonight.
Defense wins championships, Stain.
Well, not according to Nick Saban. He used to say that, but he changed his tune about 2 years ago. But
he had a lot more fun 2 years ago. Then.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am a believer in good defense, especially when you get to.
Please, you don't know me that well. I am a believer in just
offense,
reckless,
run it.
abandon offense.
Yeah, I actually heard a phrase that you might like.
Okay.
Actually, we'll get to that in a bit.
Sure.
Lundgren over to Saval. She'll try another 3. That rattles out. I don't think Westlake's hit a 3 tonight.
Nope. They've had a few of those. 3 or 4 of those looks like they could go.
Here's Toole from the corner. That was long. Rebounded by Hedrick.
Got numbers here. Stride stop.
Turn around.
That's my favorite move in basketball, by the way.
Is it?
A stride stop rondo show. Guards here are getting really good at it, and I like it, just for the record.
I don't know if you've seen basketball up in Cache Valley. Have you seen Ridgeline?
Ridgeline is impressive.
They got themselves a guard in Emily Skinner.
Emily Skinner. Speaking of freshmen in the state that are going to be a problem.
Yeah, she already is a problem. Is that shot from Lundgren too strong? And it's been an uncustomary game from Lundgren as a dual possession there. I don't know that Jill has scored yet either for Westlake.
I don't think she has scored. I think you're right.
Averages 13 a game, and there's a lot of players below their average at this point. But man, it's been tough for her. She's had some good looks, just hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net as she's inbounding here. Sika.
Designed play, that one. Little miscommunication.
Oh, how about Savao with the defensive play? Pushing tempo for Westlake Savao. And it's down to a 2-point game.
Energy builder. Pick a pocket. Coast to coast. Yep.
Timeout Skyridge. It is a 16-2 run for the Thunder as they've clawed back. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back. Boy, it feels like a different ball game from where we were just a quarter ago. Skyridge basketball. And the offense for the Falcons trying to find its footing here again.
So that's one of the first reversals that we've seen against this zone in a while. And now it's just kind of stagnant though, right? It's catch and hold, defensive sitting, catch and hold, defensive sitting. Skyridge has the advantage of just really good ball handlers and really good creators and really good passers. And to get their offense going, they need to get a little bit more fluidity in their play.
Well, and everything is 20 feet away, right? And with Gottberg on the bench, they're trying to establish post positioning, but with the length of Westlake, unable to get it inside. Savao, she'll pull up here from 13. That was off target. Sika with the board. Smaller lineup for Skyridge. See if they can utilize that to their advantage here on the offensive end as they're still looking for answers.
All right, so again, look at pace right here. Catch, hold, no advantage. Catch, no swing, hold, defense adjusts.
They brought backside help in the block on that last possession. It did leave the far wing open, but couldn't get the ball there quickly enough. Corner three, not good. And look, I'm starting to think it's that rim. No one shot at that rim very well tonight. So, Hedrick, offensive foul. Had the clear there. Pretty easy call.
Skyridge went with the overload against the zone on that last one for the corner three. We'll see if they go the similar action here.
Westlake wanted a timeout. They tried to call it a couple times and wasn't granted. I don't know if it just wasn't seen or heard. Skyridge basketball. Here's Perkins going right at it. Love the take there from Danya.
Told you folks, Perkins is my favorite player of the name you've never heard of.
Three from Hedrick. That won't go. Sika with the board. She's leading the troops here for Skyridge. Bella all the way and knocked out of play there by Lundgren.
That one's not a foul because Jill doesn't come down on it. There was definite contact, but she maintained the verticality.
Skyridge here to inbound. Sika, late whistle here. A foul on Westlake.
Westlake crowd not pleased. Kind of one of those 50-50 calls.
Long three, won't go. Rebounded by Hedrick. Skyridge trying to get back to that pressure here, and it works. Lost out of play. For me, I feel like that's what Skyridge can do against the zone, right? Get back into your pressure, try to speed this game up a little bit, get some free looks at the rim.
Yeah, and what's so impressive about how they do it is they pressure in conversion really well. So when they go from offense to defense, typically that's the hardest time to pick up full court pressure.
Yeah.
But it also is the most chaotic. So if they can kind of get back to that recipe and be chaotic, just that's what they want, is chaos as much as possible.
Gathered by Sika. So I told you, Coach, about a phrase. I was covering a team earlier this year, really young, talked to their coach about success they were having, and do you feel pressure? He said, we don't feel pressure, but we play with competitive adrenaline. He's like, it's not pressure. We feel it, but it almost feeds us that competitive adrenaline. I loved that phrase. And when you're playing in a game like this, it's like, all right, how do you try to work that out as things have gone dry a little bit offensively? See that pressure, defense can help lead to it, but Westlake sitting back in that zone, and it's same look now for Skyridge.
I have a feeling Skyridge practices are competitive.
That one thrown out, 55 seconds to go, and Blackham going to come back on the floor.
I have a phrase that I use for myself. I'm just too young and dumb to get nervous. I don't know any better.
That works too. He would not say that they were young or inexperienced.
Not about my kids, about me.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
They're the poised ones.
I feel young. My back tells me I'm old. Just about every day. Lundgren here in the corner tries to send out, deflect it out. Stay here. Westlake ranked number 4 in the RPI, Skyridge number 6. Good battle. Savao had that one knocked out. Skyridge basketball.
You can live with that take, though. That one feels like it's 50-50 where she's out on the floor. That's free throws. That's a great look. Or that was just an unfortunate, unlucky tip out. Or great defensive play, but it's kind of one of those things, and you can live with the consequence.
All right, Coach, you like to run the floor. 30 seconds left. Well, they've already taken off 20, so never mind. Clock down to 10. No call on the pressure. Ball on the floor being batted around. Gottberg has it, and it will roll out with 0.3 seconds on the clock. This is just a null point in the game. There you go. Quarter over. 22-18. Skyridge still out in front, but we got a doozy of a fourth coming up after this. Start of the fourth quarter. It'll be Skyridge basketball. It's been a below average offensive game for both of these two teams. It's certainly going to help their defensive points per game.
Yeah, that 33 points per game for Westlake is going down. It's impressive.
It's pretty remarkable.
I'd love to see Tegan Gray get going right here. She's one of my favorite players to watch.
Gottberg. High post going right at Cheney off the front of the rim. Hedrick with the board. Skyridge back to that pressure.
See, traps in a conversion. It's impressive.
Lundgren inside to Cheney.
I love that play by Jill right there. The hustle play to chase it down. She has the open three, which is her bread and butter, but it's like, nah, we ain't scoring unless that ball is going in close. Let's go.
And that's the first time they've really made Skyridge pay with the pressure.
Yep.
Here's Blackham. Gottberg setting the screen. Cambry the three. Won't go. Batted out. Stays here. Substitution is Danya Perkins coming back on the floor here for Skyridge.
I don't hate that pull by Cambry right there. They set that inside zone screen. She pulls they run that action again, that other side wing probably sinks in a little bit, and now we can get some action and advantage from that other side.
Here's Gray. Sends out Perkins for 3. Money. First made 3 in, I don't know, several quarters tonight.
I'll take it. Let's add to it. Let's go, girls.
Up the floor here quickly with Jensen. And stolen away. It's Tegan Gray.
Oh.
Blocked away. What a recovery by Savao. Love the hustle there.
Love the hustle. Going back to the last play, Cambry Blackham draws a triple team and is poised enough to kick out inside out 3. That's a pretty good basketball reward.
Got to get it in. Here's Toole. Blackham trying to attack. Cambry in the corner. There's that baseline drive. Good take. We got stuck under the rim. Perkins an offensive board, and she went down as she tripped over Cambry. Trap stolen away momentarily and then out of play.
Find me another kid that is scrappy and quick and great hand-eye coordination as Cambry Blackham. Her instincts are so good.
Inside, Cheney dealing with a double team. Tries to outlet it, and I think that's out off of Hedrick. It is. All right, so let's go down Fun Take Road, shall we? Look, Lone Peak undefeated, #1 in the state.
Yeah.
Fremont, I think a lot of people have a lot of expectations for them to win. I don't know, their 23rd state championship in a row or whatever it is. Lone Peak Fremont. What do you think, Coach?
Ooh.
Should we get that matchup?
That should be the matchup, right? I think RPI normally does a pretty good job. Great look.
And 1. We have seen the aggressive drives by Blackham, and that's a beautiful handoff there to Hymas to score it.
RPI definitely winning matters, and Fremont maybe right now just getting a little punished for playing some really tough out-of-state competition. Are we going to get Lone Peak Fremont? We should. It'll be, I mean, kind of to the outside perspective, a shame if it's not. And Tamia Gardner's last year, Maggie Mendelson reclassifying, so now it's her last year. It seems like that's the recipe for their time to shine, but you never know when a Bingham Minor-esque team comes in and ruins the day for Fremont. Is it Lone Peak? Stay tuned.
You don't have a hot take on that.
Ooh, my hot take? My hot take is that the Fremont Silver Wolves win a 6A state championship.
Yeah, that's a hot take. I think the whole state pretty much agrees with you.
How about that one?
Yeah, it's one for me. Look, I have not been right in picking 6A girls state champions because I did not pick the Bingham upset, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to continue to roll with Fremont. For me, when you've got the post players they do and their versatility.
Wait, did you pick them last year?
I did pick them last year.
Yeah, you got
so
one.
I got it right last year, right? But
broken clock.
But
twice
look,
a day.
until Maggie and Tamia are gone, I think they're the prohibitive favorite. I don't care what the record is and who they, it's just that roster I think is that good.
I agree. When you've got 2 ESPN top 50 kids on your squad.
Yeah.
And Coach Dale Bout is so good at what she does. I think that's, I mean.
And it's been a great week for girls high school basketball. How about Taya Sidberry breaking the all-time scoring record, not just for girls, for boys as well. This week had 42 on Thursday night to break that. Congratulations to Taya. Great year. Love to see this game continue to grow in the state of Utah as Gottberg there with the steal.
I don't know that I scored 42 points in my career.
She had 2 triple-doubles last week. 2 triple-doubles. And by the way, she's doing that with steals, by the way.
That's impressive.
And I think she had a 50-point game, set a school record. I think it was 52, if I recall. Anyway, future Utah women's basketball player. She's pretty good.
Yeah, sounds like she's okay.
Yeah.
No, she is an absolute show to watch. If you can get out and watch her play while she still is in her high school career, please do.
Yeah. Timeout here, Skyridge. We will step aside. 28-20. The Falcons trying to hold on in this pivotal Region 4 match. Skyridge basketball, just over 4 minutes to go.
Westlake going a little more pressure up top, looking to trap, make some mistakes here.
There's Gottberg, high post.
I know you're in camp, run your offense. Probably wide open looks here. They're probably okay with taking the air out of the basketball a little bit.
Kind of has the sense to me that they're playing clock here a little bit. Handoff, Gottberg. Oh! How about KJ Gottberg, the no-look bucket, huh?
Make them pay, Gottberg.
She gave a little peek over the shoulder, but man. Largest lead, well, no, it's not. That was 14. It's back up to 10, though. Foul given here in the backcourt.
How about the first foul of the half for Skyridge?
Yeah.
That type of pressure, that type of just up in the ball, and that's the first foul.
Well, and I think they only had, 7 in the first half, so I think that's 8 fouls in the game with the way that they've pressured. That's a pretty remarkable defensive effort tonight for the Falcons. Is that one given up? Now Westlake trying to speed up this Skyridge team, but I'll tell you, I have loved the ball movement from Skyridge tonight. It feels like they've made the right pass at the right time, and that one just able to get past the reach of Jensen.
Yeah, see Cambry not pulling, taking some air out. Let's run some clock. Westlake probably have to adjust to man here in a possession or so.
Coach, I know this is not something you typically run up against, but thoughts on the shot clock coming to high school basketball next year?
Oh, I will shout with joy from the rooftops that we are getting a shot clock.
I feel like, look, it's going to affect basketball, not in a bad way. I feel like it will have more effect in the boys' game than the girls, because I don't know that girls play so much delay. I think that girls tend to get into their offense more regularly, but
Typically.
it's still going to affect the game, and I think it's a good thing.
I think you maybe have 2, 3, 4 possessions max of regular play during the game where it affects possession, speeds things up for most schools. But you're right, it's the last, right now, 2:24 left on the clock here, that you'll see hopefully more excitement.
Stays here.
Pretty sure if Dusty was here, he would start talking about the restricted area too.
Hey, you must listen to our coverage.
Hey, you're the best show in town.
We do what we can. Yeah, he would. That's going to be the next pillar for Dusty Litster.
I didn't bring up Carbon Dinos. I didn't bring up the Raiders. I didn't bring up anything today.
The list goes on. Look at you, man.
I know.
You keep a list of all the Dusty hot button topics?
He's consistent.
Yeah.
He's habitual.
Oh, that's funny. But we love Dusty. We're excited for the shot clock, excited for see the game evolve as Hedrick, Skyridge thought maybe had a bit of a bounce there.
I think that's one of those. We won't call the foul or the travel.
Yeah.
We'll keep it playing.
It'll be Skyridge basketball after another turnover. It was 22-18 after the third. Another tough quarter here for Westlake. Just scored 2 in that first. And have not fared much better here in the fourth.
it's really hard to win a basketball game at the varsity level. It's really hard to beat a good team at the varsity level. It's really hard to beat a good team twice. And this, if it holds right, looks like Skyridge is going to do a really, really hard thing. Shoot, maybe Skyridge is in the Fremont being upset in the make. Who knows?
Look,
they certainly are very talented.
Skyridge played Fremont. I think it was a single-digit difference. I want to say it was like an 8 or 9 point ball game.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of teams in the state of Utah hanging with Fremont. And so, I mean, they might be.
Skyridge, I said it at the top, has one of the most dynamic, impressive guard lines in the state, any classification.
And here's what makes Fremont so tough. I think it would be fair to say tonight the pressure has made it tough for Westlake to execute consistently offensively. Fremont has a roster, take anyone on the starting 5 that can deal with that pressure. Tamia has seen that. Maggie has seen that, right? They have handled that before. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't have an issue in a single game in a state tournament. That's still possible.
Right.
But when you play defense like this, and it's why we kind of quipped earlier, but it's why defense can win championships, because if you come out and you're able to execute or make another team uncomfortable enough, yeah, your offense has to execute, you have to score, but if you can find a way to get that opponent point down, you can be in a ball game if you can find enough ways to make plays late.
I don't remember a championship game in the 60s, 70s, right? Like, it just is pressure slows everything down, gets you out of your rhythm, and you never know. Skyridge could be that team that pulls that off.
That one given away, and then a foul here in the backcourt. Let me ask you another question here, Coach. The state tournament going to look a little bit differently this year.
Yep.
Quarters and semis played up on the hill at the U. Championships at BYU. Do you worry about that? Do you even think about that? Do you try to just not worry about that and change the venue for championship day?
I don't even think about it.
Okay.
You try and just stay one day at a time, and you'll figure it out when you get there.
See, people like me who have nothing better to do, look, that's like 3 shows for us, man. So we're just going to live on that topic. That's going to be the next one to add to your list, FYI. So inside of a minute left, foul given here. Blackham trying to shake that one off as Saval comes over to help her up.
Blackham hitting the deck a few times this last couple minutes. It's kind of what you love about the kid, is 10-point lead under a minute, probably kind of wrapped up, and she just doesn't care about, she just makes the right play. She'll attack the split, she'll get out of the double, it just doesn't matter.
For Skyridge, it doesn't get any easier. We talk about trying to stay in proximity to Lone Peak. Well, that's their next battle. They'll play Lone Peak here next week. Looking for another opportunity. The number 1 ranked team in the state as Blackham's free throw doesn't go. Rebounded by Westlake. Looking for the corner. Poole able to deflect that out.
Nothing easy.
Drive here by Hedrick.
Great kick.
Moves it over to the corner. First made 3 for Westlake tonight. Blackham weaving through traffic. Westlake trying to pressure. There's the foul near half court. 28 seconds left.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If you are Coach Warner, do you want to go into the state tournament undefeated?
No.
Not anything. This has nothing to do with Lone Peak, but just kind of the general.
No.
Do I want that pressure? Do I want to kind of be like, hey, wake up to my squad? Like, we're still human,
I don't, but I'm not going to try to lose a game.
Oh, absolutely
right?
not.
I'm not going to go out there and give one away.
No,
but
she's not where she's at because she tries to lose a game. That's for sure.
But I don't love the fact that, I get that added pressure on top of being ranked number 1.
Right.
On top of having to go up against Fremont.
Right.
To me, everything that goes with that, I don't need another thing, right? Like, so for me, I would not love that, but that may very well be their situation.
Yeah, it looks like it might be. However, Coach Warner, here's your back pocket trick. You lose one, you spin it real positive out of that one, right? So it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah.
Of if they drop one or not. Any Region 4 team gonna get them?
I'll tell you. I think this is my personal opinion.
Okay.
I'm trying to do the math in my head on it. I don't know if they've got another matchup with them. I think they do. Yeah, they do. I think Westlake could potentially get them. I think the matchup that Westlake presents, we have not seen Westlake at their peak tonight.
Right.
And give a lot of credit to Skyridge. They've done some things to make them uncomfortable. And I believe Coach Warner is probably going to watch this game and try to take from that. But when this Westlake team is firing, I think they can present some matchups that can go toe-to-toe with Lone Peak. It doesn't mean they win, but it means they can compete with them. They lost that first game by 3. They were in that. They had opportunities. I think this Westlake team, the roster, the makeup, could potentially, but that's my opinion.
Tessa Cheney was so good in that first
great.
matchup.
Yep.
Both of these squads good enough, competitive enough, skilled enough to where a loss like this just makes you mad and hungry. And that could be a good thing for Westlake.
And here's the other piece of that. You look at Skyridge, their guard play.
So good.
If they play like tonight,
so good,
then they're kind of going toe-to-toe with Kaylee Woolston. And we talk
Yep.
about great players in the state of Utah. She's up there, just a junior.
Yep.
Averaging over 20 points per game, shares the ball, rebounds, does so many things for Lone Peak. That could be interesting, too. I just feel like the roster makeup of Westlake, some of the length they have, could work. But you have to play the game, and it didn't in the first matchup. So,
Region 4 always brings it.
what about you?
Who I
a
think
team
might,
that you think might match up in region?
I don't know. It's hard to not watch this and think Skyridge doesn't have a chance at it. Just defensively, aggressively, it seems like they can handle guards off the dribble. So I can see Skyridge pulling one off.
That 3 won't go, and Skyridge defends the home court. They've swept Westlake, and they win 31-23 as they improved to 4-2 in region play, 11-6 on the year. Coach Dre, your final thoughts on a player of the game tonight?
Final thoughts, both squads are really good. I know offensively it wasn't the highest output tonight, right? But really all that tells me as a coach as I'm watching this is these are highly talented athletes who can do highly talented athletic things. They brought pressure both ends of the floor, loved watching them play. Player of the game to me, I'm going to go a dark horse on this one. I'm going to go Gottberg.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go in a squad where Westlake had some dominant inside presence. She held her own, and she really made sure that they had to play outside.
I love it. Congratulations to KJ Gottberg. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck rest of the year at Lehigh. I hope you don't join us again because that means you guys keep winning. But
me too. I don't want to be your coach, or you to be my coach, and I don't want you to be my analyst here either.
Yeah, but if we have to, we'll make it work.
Best
thank you so much.
Town.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations to Skyridge, 31-23 over Westlake.